What's my challenges? Daily quest, mission specialist, soldier, loot 5 treasure chest. That's not that difficult. The mission soldier, yeah. Outlander, oh my god. I don't even know if I was going to do that, but how many missions did it say I gotta do? Daily quest 3? That's not that bad. I can do it. Good change. Hero loadout. I know for sure he's an Outlander. Oh, I can use shot, Grizzly. Yeah, I can use him. Two. Oh, great. Alright. Survivors. I'm not 100% sure, but like ain't nobody even in here, so it's like it's pointless. I like to think that we're playing the mode. I know people are, but I mean, I'm not about to play a deliver the bomb mission. Ain't nobody out here playing it too. No matches available. 2 matches available. And that's a dub then, so move on to the next one. Retrieve the data. Public. Hopefully there's somebody in here, but I honestly 100% don't believe it. But back to the current topic of stuff I think is going on. I'm not surprised though. The United States and worldwide, like the coronavirus stuff. I guess people are being skeptical about the coronavirus stuff like that. To me, you know, people critical of people talking about who are in the special of infectious disease and stuff like that, or talking about diets and stuff can protect you from coronavirus. That's fake. Think about it. If I have any background in stuff, why would you believe somebody who's selling $700 worth of goods and stuff without any of the information being refuted, and then the science experiences? So what in a clinical trial at all? And then the thing that I don't understand what people are out here doing They're trying to be on this holistic approach or something like that. Trying to sell people, talking about sell food, selling people on diets and stuff like that. That stuff don't make any sense. And, anybody with any common sense would know that, anytime people out here talking about disease, the medical industry is trying to scam people. It's not. The real scam is people trying to formulate a way to scam people with these miracle tonics and stuff, trying to see if it can cure diseases and stuff, or all diseases. Like, for instance, Dr. CB. Dr. CB, he didn't heal anything. Think about it. There's no way that every disease has one pathway. That doesn't make any sense. One pathway. I cannot say that a disease is caused by one thing and all diseases is rooted out by mucus. That makes no sense. That's not even scientifically sound. But that's besides the point.
Oh, come on!
But that's beside the point. There's a lot of stuff that's like beside the point. A shop tower.
Nope.
Nobody even in here. So ain't nobody even in here.
You serious? Yeah.
Like, I believe that the healthcare system, in all honesty, has been broken for a while. It only took the, pandemic to exploit the fact that our healthcare system and stuff is not that good. Like, I don't know. Hospitalizations are going up. People are going to die, regardless.
Help! Please help!
People not really wearing masks. I mean, think about it this way. I mean, people wouldn't care about other people in the first place before the coronavirus. What make you think that something's going to change on a day-to-day basis? That's not going to happen. I think that's sad. But
Let's
I
start
mean,
by deploying the armory.
there's nothing we can do really, but try to encourage people to wear masks, wash their hands and stuff like that, and stay inside. People are sick, but there's people with coronavirus don't have any symptoms. So I think coronavirus is going to be around for a long, long time. Oh, we don't know. The anti-vaccine stuff gotta stop. I'm still thinking about some of these people talking about these anti-vaccine stuff. This stuff has an adverse reaction. They're taking the stuff, but think about it. If you weren't taking the medicine and stuff like that, all medicines have basically have side effects. So by you not taking the medicine, what makes you think that you had an adverse reaction to, let's say someone has measles or mumps, or something like that's been eradicated with vaccines, stuff like polio, stuff that used to kill people in the 70s and 60s. Stuff they would have died from, like they got the vaccine stuff late, they got an adverse reaction. How can you 100% say that, the stuff wasn't good? That's what I don't get. It's a whole thing. It's just that, I don't know. Like, you really have to think about it. You kind of have to check what, I guess, media is pushing out, and then also what, I don't even, be 100% honest, I'm not, you just have to look at stuff and, fact for fact, check, information being out there, because a lot of stuff just doesn't make any sense. I know people are mad about, restaurants and bars and stuff not being open, or talking about they take the stuff away. They're gonna be mad. It's a pandemic. People not wearing their masks. People are breathing and not following social distancing protocols. It's ridiculous, but I'm not surprised though. I remember I was looking at something that said that people trying to sue China for coronavirus. Now, the thing about, you can't really sue China. That's not gonna work out. Like if, let's say somebody got in a trade agreement and stuff like that, or supposedly somebody fell ill with coronavirus, and because we traded with China products and stuff, you can't do anything about it because it's called comedy. You can't go and sue a country and stuff like that for products and stuff. You're bringing, you have an act trade agreement. It's called comedy. Like I said, it wouldn't make that much sense. Cyclo. I would buy that skin, but nah, I'm not. Honestly, I'm just gonna save my V-Bucks strictly for just the stuff that we have. I would buy that skin, but it's not smart. Since the new season and stuff's about to go on, I'll probably just wait. If the skin don't come out again, I mean, I'm not missing it. I gotta be smart about my money. Just because I have the money don't mean I'm gonna go and spend it like V-Bucks, because you know I'm probably never gonna get V-Bucks again like that in instance, because I done beat Save the World, and there's no new level or no new world or no new expansion within the world that gives V-Bucks to like a time mode or nothing like that. I mean, they did have one, but it really wasn't that good. That was a while ago. That was like 2 years ago, but Pleasant, all these different places. Paradise Palms was Candy Valley. It was literally a copy and paste of Candy Valley. But I'm really thinking about, I'm not 100% surprised like of how coronavirus and stuff got out of hand. Like, it's not surprising. Because people travel and stuff like that, you can't see microscopic what's happening with people's bodies and stuff like that. You can't. That's why you have to go get a sample and stuff like that. And it's almost 100% impossible, like, to, you know, analyze who has it and who doesn't. Like, you know, you can look at somebody, you don't know where people been at. I know they're doing contact tracing and stuff like that, but I think with the NBA, they just need to cut it out. Like, let me think about an aspect of the NBA that it's tacky. Like, for instance, they're talking about NBA players can go and have something to eat. The testing and stuff, but basketball and stuff is a contact sport. You already know people want fouls, people touching people, people sweat. You know, people can die from, let's say someone, for instance, decides for whatever reason they're nasty or something like that, and they decide to wash themselves in ISO, all and stuff will seep through people's skin. If all three of these dudes got clapped, but it's true, people be doing stupid stuff. Like, you really cannot even trust 100% what people out here doing. I'm not surprised. Like, our healthcare system in the United States was already broken, and it only opened up people's eyes, the fact that our healthcare system, we're not really good at healthcare. Like, privatized healthcare has gotten to a point where, guess what? You know, there could be people right now who got coronavirus and stuff like that, and the insurance company, like, I saw an article how there was like a 62-year-old man. He had like $1.5 million in like medical bills and certain stuff like that. And that was ridiculous, but at the same time, we're not gonna blame the medical care system for that. Like the hospital, you know, it is what it is. You know, a hospital visit and stuff is expensive. You know, that may be a little bit problematic, but at the same time, you think about just, I'm not even talking about the pharmaceutical companies. We're not going to go with the conspiracy theories mess. Because I think a lot of stuff that people, you really think about it, people with degrees and stuff like that, you really have to fact check stuff like that. If you're in school, you're supposed to be a scholar, stuff like that. Money and not use critical thinking skills. I mean, but it's honest. Critical thinking is not a critical skill that a lot of people have. They want to go to agency. Frenzy? I'll go to Frenzy. People talking about how broke the healthcare system is. The healthcare system, man.
It's not perfect. And that's me going to the healthcare saying that their critique of the healthcare system doesn't make me valid. And I would never be out here, being a stepping fidget trying to tell people why healthcare is ridiculous. There's plenty of stuff that is it's not good.
I know the mortality rate and stuff like that. You know, the mother, like, especially for minorities and stuff, it's been up. Oh my god. I'm weak. I got shot. I knew somebody was right there. I had the game in him. But my teammates were idiots, so I mean, ain't nothing I could do. I would get The Last of Us 2. It comes out in like a couple days, pre-order it, but I'm not going to get that. It makes no sense. Why would I spend, what, $70 or something like that on a game? I just need to save my money. I feel like one of my biggest issues and concerns, especially with these games and stuff like that, I know we're going through COVID and I know we're doing certain stuff, but like, all this stuff that people are toting about, oh, we're the best, we have this, all this content coming out. When you put a price point, I don't think everything should be put behind a paywall. Like, if you think about it, there's millions of people who got laid off their job, and I know people talking about the stimulus money hit. The stimulus money is terrible. It is terrible. I'm not relying on stimulus money. I'm not. I know people are talking that retarded foolishness. Excuse me for saying that. The hard R word. Like, people was being stupid talking about don't talk to me if you're not in their tax bracket. Like, you need to have 2 seats, sir. Honestly, there's certain people who can be jerks to a certain point. But if you ain't got like that, you have no college degree, and you know you're working for a company and stuff like that, you have no real life experience outside of a few things, and you're working for somebody, you're working for a company. I mean, people with money and got some common sense, you know, you'll know they have money and certain stuff by the way they walk, the way they talk, and the way they conduct themselves. No, that's a big difference. We can go there. I don't really care. And think about it. The tax bracket stuff, it don't make any sense. Like, think about it. I'm a fair person, regardless about a lot of stuff. But at the same time, like, you know, I done took my fair share of accounting courses and stuff like that. And to me, it really doesn't benefit anybody at all when you really think about some of the stuff going on. Now, I'm not gonna be on my moral high horse about, you know, billionaires and certain stuff talking like they're making so much money and not paying anything in taxes. You know, the way stuff is structured, there's nothing you can do. You know, it's a L. It truly is a L. What? I'm out of there, bro. Just want to land these shitty spots, to be completely honest, but you know, I feel like that's the biggest problem. Like, I'm not gonna be on my moral high horse about certain stuff, certain issues, about people making money. I mean, you know, we're gonna take an L either way. And I mean, I think a lot of issues, like people talking about, you got a whole lot of companies talking about we're all in this together. We're not. It's as simple as that. We're not. Like this whole coronavirus stuff, like, I mean, humanity as a whole, we're all in this together, but at the same time, even with that, we're not fully on 100% the same page. You got people who wanna like, you got relationships and stuff like that strained because of coronavirus, especially with countries. You got, you know, what's the correct word that I can use for that? You just have a whole lot of civil discourse between people. Like I said, I mean, I'll never go back and forth with somebody on you know, internet or social media about certain stuff. Like, I'm just not. You can. But that's besides the point. Like, to me, it's not beneficial to go back and forth with somebody about something that, you know, half the time some of these people don't have any background in biology, social sciences, you know, any of this stuff. But, you know, on Twitter or, you know, Facebook or whatever, you know, they got a PhD from MIT. It's ridiculous, man. I mean, I'm honest. I mean, I'm fair. But at the same time, I just think that if certain stuff ain't your strong suit, you just gonna have to take the L. You just gonna have to take the L. And what I mean by take the L, I mean, think about it. You can discuss or, you know, have a civil discourse with anybody, but at a certain point, are you really gonna sit up here and be like, yeah, I'm gonna let this continue to go on, or let this go get out of hand? And while plenty of people might disagree with certain stuff, I mean, I'm lagging that bad. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Yeah, he went out of there. I mean, I did win the gunfight, but at the same time, one nothing I could do. Like, in all honesty, I think a lot of stuff, like, to me, I'm not really a big fan of politics and stuff like that. I'm really just not. I believe in voting, I believe in doing certain stuff, but at the same time, you gotta realize a lot of people and stuff for themselves and just like rewrite policies and stuff to benefit themselves, but in turn, it's not for the greater people. I feel like it's the. I'm not a conspiracy theorist and nothing like that. I don't believe in conspiracy theories because even that in itself has problems, but I feel like there's a lot of issues and stuff people turn a blind eye to regardless of certain stuff, and just not, you know, it's not really a big thing. Like, even it could be at the forefront of issues, we're just gonna keep pushing ahead. You know, it doesn't matter. It's just a small issue. We're just gonna keep going on. I mean, that's been happening for years, but I'm still laughing. I remember when I had to take like my professor and stuff like that. I took like in September. We talked about a number of stuff. Like the person, like my professor, she does insurance and stuff like that. She had an insurance person come and talk about certain stuff like life insurance, term insurance, and certain stuff like that. Beneficiary, that type of stuff like that. I think that stuff is interesting, but at the same time, a lot of stuff, I mean, how? She had a scar. I was gonna die anyway. I didn't land and I didn't get a good gun, or I didn't get shield. That's the point. If one of my friends is on 2K in 48 hours, that's tough. Hold on, I know a whole lot of people are talking about the PS5. PS5, I mean, it's cool and all, but a lot of people know I'm critical about like games and then the price. Do I think the PS5 is trash? No. I don't think the PS5 is trash. I just think the way that the marketing ploy of it is trash. I mean, we waited a whole, what, hour and something, and then the last 5 minutes, you saw the specs, you saw the drive, you saw the gameplay is good, but PS5, I feel like the PS5 is going to be a whole lot worse than the PS4 in terms of the amount of games and the amount of potential that, like, studios, and then, especially with the graphics and the limitations that they are, while they have a technical advantage of actual what they can do with the game, you know, what's $59.99 right now, it's going to be about $70 a game. And who wants to spend $70 a game? Not me. And the thing I'm concerned about, really, I know a couple games and stuff like that is going to have to be free, like the upgrade. As long as you had like a digital copy or something like that, I feel like the studios and certain stuff are going on. As long as you have a record of it, you're going to be able to get the PS5 version of it. I think 2K is not going to do it. If we're 100% honest, not surprising. I don't think that 2K makes good games, so that's beside the point. I'm still laughing when fools really believe in the thing, because, you know, somebody, you don't have a mic, you don't want to talk. I remember this guy, he was stereotyping black people, and I was playing Fortnite. I said, you're doing too much. I just left the game, stereotyping black people. Talking about, what up, G? That right there, yeah, that's dead. I'm still thinking about, there's a lot of stuff, I mean, in fact, to think about it, paying, you know, $60 for a game is already a lot. I know with the new specs and stuff like that, studios definitely spend millions of dollars to produce these games. They don't know how well they're going to sell or not, but the $70 is really what you call it, got me at a point where I was like, you know, that's all fine and dandy, but the price of the game by itself, yeah, I don't know about that. I can 110% say that, you know, I don't want to play the games that bad for $70. Like me paying and playing a game for a long time after a date, and then certain games and companies and developers just like stop supporting the game. That's disheartening. Like, in all honesty, to your loyal fan base. But I feel like that's a lot of things. Like a lot, it's like a huge problem with a lot of games. After a certain while, they just stop supporting it. And I'd rather a game for a cycle not to be coming out every year, especially when I know it's going to be a crappy game. Do I think 2K is a crappy game? I can 110% say it's a crappy game. Gameplay wise, like, we already know what the issue is with 2K. They just don't care. I don't want to sound like a broken record repeating some of the same stuff people been saying, but there's a whole lot of issues. You know, companies and stuff don't care about, bruh. If you put a paywall behind content and stuff like that, you already know, like, certain stuff, like a lot of people talking about Mortal Kombat Aftermath shouldn't have been. They said it shouldn't have been $40. Now, I agree with that. It shouldn't have been $40. But they're doing what other companies have already done, like in terms of expansion. They said it normally comes out, any other expansion pack comes out for $40. Now, I got that for my birthday, but otherwise than that, I mean, it really wasn't anything that special. Mortal Kombat, in all honesty, it feels like a unfinished product, a beta, and I feel like the beta was actually better than the game. There's actually a few games that I actually wholeheartedly believe the beta. Wow, I didn't even see that guy. Man, you gonna let the guy finish me, man. Thanks. I didn't realize that was a guy right there until it was too late, because the textures on this game and stuff is bad. The most annoying thing I can think of about like the games and stuff like that, like I feel bad for anybody who spent money on the PS4 Pro. All these specs, all these different graphic cards and chips. It really doesn't matter, because like think about it. After a while, all this new technology and stuff that we have is obsolete. It really does become obsolete. But they will scrap some of this, like, if stuff doesn't sell, they'll scrap all these different things and then put it into a new console. So there's overproduction of that. They'll break the console down and use it for a different component in the new PlayStation 5. That's what they do with cars. Like, they'll just break it down, smash it down, and maybe use the doors and stuff like that. But my thoughts on the PS5, I mean, the PS5 is good. I know a whole lot of people talking about the Xbox One, not the Xbox One, the new Xbox, whatever it's called. I 110% know, like, I'm not sure what the new Xbox is exactly called, its official name. But I see that they're gonna take a bullet. They're gonna bite a bullet by releasing it for what, $400 or $500 or something like that. They're gonna sell it below PlayStation, so we can try to get as many people up there. And I think that's a good tactic. That is definitely a good tactic. It's a lost leader concept, pricing point. Yeah, I'm what you call it, take a L, but at the same time I get new customers. I think PlayStation has some market share of games. Sure they do. He got clapped up. That's bull, bro. He should. Yeah, you got on out of here. I remember, like, I don't know, there's a whole lot of people who say their country's 110% the best country in the world. I don't feel like there's any country in the world that is particularly good, because I mean, just like any place, there's problems, and you know, problems and stuff at the root of everything really don't get solved at all. You just get another issue. Brazil. Like, I know Brazil's like the also they're like the new epicenter of the coronavirus, and they just keep on going up day in and day out. My whole thing with like Brazil is, you know, they have a, you know, president that's kind of bad, like nobody really likes. That's to be said about any place. Like France, Macron is pretty much, he's terrible. You know, people don't like Macron. There's been plenty of protests with people with pitchforks and stuff like that. Protesting, people losing their arms and stuff like that. You know, it is what it is. Like, I mean, yeah, sides of like certain stuff that I don't know. I can't 110% say the media is complicit in certain stuff, but I mean, you think about it. You're seeing parts, like, you only see what certain people want you to see, if that makes any sense. And I feel like that's an issue. My God. Slag. Holy moly. If things keep on going terrible, I'll go to Save the World and play a few games for y'all. But otherwise than that, I mean, I really don't have anything like that much to do. Cause I mean, I'm about done. Buying a new game, especially for full price, I'm not really gonna do that. I know The Last of Us seems promising and stuff like that. I know the edition costs like what, $70, but I'm not about to buy it. I have the money, but there's no point. I just need to save the money right now. I done what I need to do. I think like I'm gotta go back to school soon. I know if I go back to school, I'm 110% wearing a mask. I'm wearing gloves. But honestly, logistically, it doesn't make any sense for schools to 110% commit to going back. You have old professors and stuff like that who are definitely at risk. You putting them at risk. Yeah, I'm out. What?
Can you trace my foot?
I'll try.
Here. Just on the paper, not obviously on the clipboard. Just trace my foot. Cause I'm trying to measure my foot. Okay, wait. Let me turn my foot. Maybe I should do that. Hold on. Here. Hold on. Wait. Okay. Nigga, what's wrong with my foot? It ain't even right. Thanks.
I mean, you did move your foot. Oh, Rocket RW. Oh my God. Rocky.
The man himself.
The man himself from Rocket RW. I can't believe it. Malati coronavirus. Malati. Malati Kawasti.
This is horrible. It's not your fault though.
How do you feel about restaurants like capping about what you call it? Like, we don't know if we gonna be afloat. I 110% don't believe it. Now I know that honestly, anything that's like high price, like or certain stuff where it's not that much of a stuff like a deal, you're not gonna have. Like TGI Fridays, 2 meats for $15. Obviously, they ain't about to do that. And a lot of restaurants and businesses are doing what you call a limited menu only. I'm not surprised by that because think about it, you gotta be cost effective. What's profitable for you? Like, you know, you won't be doing the same thing or conducting business the way you were before. Like, if a restaurant has like 4 managers before, I know they done cut a couple managers like for this shift and stuff like that. Like if they had, I don't even call even their managers, because a lot of restaurants have like refer to these people as team leaders and stuff like that. They had this person for this shift, and you know, certain people good at what they're doing as a team leader, but you know, they got bull going on with that.
You let mom and dad have some?
What?
Garrett popcorn.
I asked them if they wanted some.
I don't want any right now, but I feel like it's mad at me.
When did you start eating the Garrett's, bro? Bria, I might make me one of them smoothies, man. Got the fruit. This might be my last, what you call it, game here. At least for now, until, one of the people join. Look at the duos. Bro, you about to go ham on the popcorn. I know a lot of movie theaters and movie companies and stuff like that. They're sitting on like $300 million worth of what you call it film that's really not going to come out for at least probably another year and a couple months until this vaccine and stuff is out. And you know what I'm thinking about that don't make any sense to people out here tooting is what you call it. I'm against mandatory vaccine. How do you feel about that? People talk about this vaccine stuff is causing all these different stuff. No, I'm not going back and forth with nobody about no vaccine. The person who said that stuff faked their information, and it was proved that they faked it. Gucci chicken. Gucci chicken. I'm gonna see if I can get you, big dog. Use my scorpion weapon. Get over here. I mean, playing this game right now is not fun. Like Fortnite in itself, it's just gone to what you call it, like the skill-based matchmaking. That's not fun. Like I think that that's corny. Like by choosing skill-based matchmaking, you're really limiting the competitive. Like stop making competitive your game completely focused on competitive for the competitive pool, for the viewership, for the deals, for like endorsements. Cause not too many people are really into that. Like I know the viewership is one of the biggest things. Like if I get on a major network like ESPN, there's not that many stuff and stuff like that. I have a lot of teams. They're shooting this game that's coming out. You know, you rarely see games and certain stuff like that advertising for certain stuff. Like you don't see liquor companies advertising. You don't see you don't see commercials for Hennessy. Like, cause Hennessy doesn't have to spend money on. Cause people know the brand. But I feel like the games, they just get a bad rap and then just a bad feel. But paying what, 64.35 for a game, that's a dub. Like, what would be the point of me buying Last of Us 2? It seems like a great game, but doesn't mean I'm 110% enjoy it. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh, barely missed. Time to bounce. I do not know what a young G is going to do. Do I continue to play this game with nobody? Or do I hit one of my friends up and we do duos? Nobody. 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 Garrett's cheese popcorn is it's alright, you know. Ain't 110% the best, but it's decent. You know what I feel like it's also crazy too? I would feel like it would be crazy for somebody now to have a newborn and then bring him out within like the 2 months or whatever. I know old people always keep saying like you're supposed to leave a baby for a long time for its immune system to get up, and then you know you're supposed to have them out there. But I don't even think a young kid should even be out there like a newborn, fresh legs. Like there ain't no way, bro. Nah, you know what was that? Them you know you can do that, bro. You know what you can do? You can do the Abigail mom, bro. You can do the Abigail mom. Leave the baby at the house. That didn't make no sense what that lady did. But think about it, they can get chalk. They can what you call it, choke on their own what you call it spit or something like that. You know, babies they put anything in their mouth too. Obstruction of airway or something like that. That mess them up. But I feel like there's a lot of stuff that's next level stupidity though. Next level stupidity. I don't know, bro.
I don't know, friend. I'm bored. Can you tell?
I'm bored
I
too.
need to get back on my workout, bro. What is your work?
I mean, yeah, but I mean, people keep on talking about they need to reopen gyms. Niggas out there, mind. That has nothing to do. Some of the stuff that you can do. You tried. A lot of stuff is laughable. I don't take stuff that seriously. Ferragamo and certain stuff like that, like there's another thing, like why would they need to advertise, like when people do the advertisement for them? Like Hennessy, do you think that Hennessy is gonna what you call it? And what was the one that started with a B? Burberry, they weren't trying to do no thing.
Because brands do not do TV advertisement doesn't mean that they don't advertise because
yeah, they do.
Yeah,
But it's like but it's word of mouth though.
No,
too.
Louis Vuitton be using influencers to advertise their.
But you know what? It make me mad nowadays too. You got people talking about they're a model and stuff like that, talking about Fashion Nova and stuff like that. Fashion Nova, they're not even really.
I'm not gonna play anybody if they're really a model. Like
no, it'd be people with like 475K followers. You know, they even like Fashion Nova didn't even acknowledge them at all. These people attacking Fashion Nova Curve.
Well, that's okay because Fashion Nova does have a page where they repost people. I mean, for some people, it's okay. People tag places. Like it's not for us to get mad at people.
I'm not mad about that. I'm just saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like we all want to be seen and noticed sometimes.
I mean, think about it. Fashion Nova is probably the like the quality of the clothes is terrible, but it's affordable if you want that style and look. And their return policy, we already know what that is. Trash. That's why they got fined for it. They took the L, they got fined, so I mean they can keep on taking L's. The biggest thing that I don't really think I 100% think that's cool is that I think that a lot of like businesses too, you know, what's the point of you know, these companies and stuff doing all this stuff,
Wish I could.
you know, when there's going to be a whole lot of people that's going to try to knock off a lot of stuff. Like New York is notorious of people trying to sell you some bootleg
Why not do
stuff.
some resourcing?
Like New York, you go down the street in New York, they're trying to sell you bootleg Louis, bootleg Fendi bags. You know, New York is a bootleg capital. That's funny when I had to think about it, cause like, how far will you go to rock some bootlegs? I'll never buy anything bootleg, cause I mean that right there is just implying that you ain't got it like that. You ain't got it like that. You know, I'd rather take the L than be rocking bootlegs. But at the same time, if you don't have like no financial means to get certain stuff, you should want to work harder. But at the same time, I mean, that's another story for another day, though. Like the PS5, like people talking about, you know, they trying to get posted out here with a girl to get the PS5. She gonna buy me the PS5. Like, I mean,
Enemies!
do you? But I mean, I'm not gonna be relying on anybody for no PS5.
Nope.
But I just think that too many people do too much. Like, I mean, there's nothing wrong with like, you know, showing off a relationship, but I feel like it's like corny and tacky for, you know, people being in a relationship, posting all this stuff, and then, you know, people be my age, you know, posted up with a bubblegum ring, you know, the next thing you know, head over heels, the next thing you know, they delete all the pictures and stuff like that. You seriously got, you know, showing off all this stuff to get a bubblegum ring. And then, like, you know, it'd be fun when people try to go back and forth, like, you know, talk about for those wondering, ain't nobody tripping off your dumb ass. Like, bruh, come on. Like, ain't nobody tripping, man. Like, it's just another thing. Nobody cares that much. But I think
Sorry.
the PS5, like $765. Will I have that? I can't 110% say that, but I mean, I don't expect the PS5 to be cheap anytime soon. And I 110% mean that. I can't expect the PS5 to be like, yeah, I'ma have the PS5 right when it come out. I may. It just depends if I got the money for it. And then if I have like outside money left over from my scholarship stuff, and my bills and stuff is taken care of, then sure, I don't see why not. Cause I'm not going to be in a position again where I'm going to like, I got the last PS4 when it came out in the entire state. That's how ridiculous the PS5 was selling out. My parents had to drive like 3 hours to get me the PS4 when it came out. Well, not when it came out, around the holiday time. They had to drive 3 hours just to get me a PS4. The last one in the state. They called all everywhere for it. That was a rural town that had it. I'm pretty much one of the poorest places in my state, so you don't obviously not too many people can afford a PS what you call it 4 at that time. There's not that many jobs and stuff. So I don't know.
You brought this on yourself.
I gotta go to the store tomorrow or something like that. I don't think I'm gonna do myself some ribs tomorrow. Not 110% sure. Cause the ribs and stuff that I had has been pretty, I don't know, they're not flavorful or there's just something wrong with it. I normally don't even play Outlander because it's I'm just trying to save my V-Bucks up for the, what you call it, the new thing coming out. New battle pass. You get like the 32 or 33 levels that you get automatically, so. Because they already give you 25 levels for free, and then you know how Fortnite, in the beginning with it, they give you like, what? I think it's like 7 or 8 levels or something like that for free, if you already bought it. That little thing for buying the battle pass and being like, basically, you basically supporting them. I don't know what to expect from the battle pass. I mean, I want to get to level 100, but like past a certain point, like nah, I think Fortnite, in all honesty, there's only so much you're gonna do with that entire game. And what's disappointing is because this is a full game right here, and I done spent like what, $250. I spent $250 on this. As ridiculous as it sounds. I got the Nocturnal, I got all the stuff, I got the Drummer, I got all the guns that people want, I got pretty much rare.
Step closer to extinction.
I got the Deconstructor, I got all these guns. But at the same time, the game, I thought they abandoned this game, in a sense, even before everything. This game was not a finished product. And then another thing they're stuck on is the quest line too. Cause what you call it, Candy Valley's gonna have like 2 different things. So I'm farming right now.
Sorry.
I won't even in here that long, so I do not know. Where do you want a smoothie or a juice? Oh damn, man. I use. Use vibes. Fresh vibes. That's funny. I'm still thinking about companies and different or franchise and stuff getting in a disagreement about the licensing and stuff like that, and then you get 2 different iterations of stuff like let me name a place like Scotchies and Pepperwood. Same thing, but Scotchies and they got in a disagreement. The owners, the franchisee, stuff like that, they got in a legal dispute. And then before you know it, they had to stop using that name. Same place, different name, different ownership, and different type of view. Where people talking about you can get sued for anything. Yeah, you can get sued for anything, pretty
2
much.
minutes before I have to pull you out.
If it bleed, it leads, you know?
Smasher's here! Serious?
I might give me something to drink, but I'm not sure. I'll give me water, something simple. What if someone asking, oh yeah, like y'all like Apex. Apex, the game has been, it's old. At this point, it's old.
Here it comes.
The
30 seconds
guns in
left.
the game is doo. That's one of my biggest problems with Apex. Thing I like about Apex is that the map and stuff is always different. The new map, the battle pass and stuff is something new, something different. But Fortnite only had to change because Apex made them, because it wouldn't made any changes like the what is it? Like getting rebooted. It won't for Apex. Yeah, Fortnite would have done that. Now my phone go to. Yeah. I'm still thinking about also another issue is that people talking about why are celebrities not using their platform to talk about certain stuff, because it's not the platform anyway. Why would anybody want an informed opinion from somebody who really, in a sense, does not have, I won't even say, some of these people just don't care. Like, they don't care about, they care about their fans putting money in their pocket. I mean, to be honest, a celebrity, if it weren't for the people who listen to their music supporting them, I feel like sometimes celebrities go on that high horse, but, you know, once that money and once that move getting old, you know, you're gonna be broke, you know, pretty much. You're gonna be broke. You have no type of opportunities and stuff like that. There's a number of rappers who fade out between like 5 years. If your sound is the same, you know, you're not even doing that much. I mean, there's a group of rappers who, for lack of a better word, I can name rappers who really never even had a career, relatively speaking, that really in a short amount of time they were unheard of. People was bumping their music, and like you go a diehard fan, and you know, before you know it, it's just done. The sound was the same, the you know, just everything about it was just off. Let's think a couple rappers who are just all together. They just won't, the music won't that good. Let me think of a rapper. The people was good for a while, and then before you know it, they just weren't that good. Like Let me think of a rapper. Lil Yachty. He was good, but nobody's talking about. Oh yeah, let me get that Lil Yachty again. Like bro, Lil Boat. Nobody talking about him. Came up too fast and then fell off. But let's see who I know is justifiably. Nah, they ain't getting nothing. They're just like a feature artist. I mean, they can have money, but at the same time, nobody's like actively like, yeah. I think another artist that I think that was, relatively speaking, he knows his career is pretty much been marked by being a feature artist. He's not necessarily bad, but I feel like that's his skill set. In a sense, nobody's talking about it. He doesn't even get airplay at all. Like nobody is talking about, oh yeah, let me put on that new Ty Dolla Sign. He's not bad. I feel like musically, I feel like he can do a lot. Like he can write, he's a good songwriter and stuff like that. But at the same time, he has a different sound. Like he's doing stuff that other people ain't doing. But it mainly caters to like West Coast, just strictly West Coast. The last thing that I think Ty Dolla Sign did was Hot Girl Summer, and otherwise not that he was featured on that song. He's a feature artist. Now the one person I can honestly say, I don't hate on none of these people, stuff like that. They're getting their bags, supposedly, stuff like that. I mean, it's good, but you gotta know anything with music, you're gonna have a shelf life. There's nothing you can do about it. 110%, there's nothing you can do about it.
Hey, look, hut!
Take out the enemies to clear the encampment.
Sorry.
One down. Let's find the next one. The next encampment might be stronger. Make sure your weapons and ammo are ready to go.
Let me think about the next person I want to say. Nobody's going crazy about Black Boy JB. He got that little approval by Drake, and otherwise than that, no.
15 minutes to
I feel like
complete the
anytime you
mission.
go under somebody's wings to a certain extent, like, nah. Like, and I feel like, too, another problem, I mean, I don't dislike Jay-Z, but at the same time, like, think about it. I remember when Megan Thee Stallion, what y'all talked about her label, talking about she was suing her label for not giving her money and then giving what was, like, what the contract she was given. I mean, you really can't, be mad about a contract, because once you're in a contract, that's legally binding. You may not be in a contract, you must act in good faith. But all parties, despite whatever, if it's a bad deal, both parties must act in good faith about resolving a contract and then disputing and dealing with it still a proper way, deemed by the court. So I think she did come out in a favorable. But at the same time, a lot of people just not business savvy. I feel like the music industry, it counts on people not being business savvy or certain stuff like that. And it's business in general, like, if you are not, savvy with certain stuff like a house or something like that, and you don't know anything about property tax, you're not paying the property tax, your house will be taken away from you. I mean, that's kind of your own doing, there's not really that much sympathy.
And you're dead.
It's unfortunate, but, a lot of that stuff, it's kind of on you, reflective on you. Especially when dealing with court, you can't get equity if you don't have it.
Encampments are getting stronger. Make sure you're prepared. Found one. Check out your map. Round 3. Fight!
Shit, good.
remember what you call it. Like there was also some people who were big in 2000. I think it's like Chick Daddy. He filed for bankruptcy and stuff like that. He talked about his own label. A spider? I'll try. Check on that.
You're done, encampment! Next one's looking tough. You can do it.
Oh, is it on
Found the next one. Check out your map.
the other door? I think that's too much shit. We have to go to the
Okay. Well, back to the next thing, like, you know, going bankrupt is not discharged that you get a little bit lean. No. And actually going bankrupt is pretty bad. Yeah, you saw I know certain people try to
Dead.
you know, you don't file bankrupt. Like, I'm thinking about a restaurant, good concept, like I said, they used to do a restaurant that used to do, unlimited crab legs, albeit, it was like $40 and certain stuff like that. You know, that right there, you couldn't do unlimited crab legs. No crab legs is expensive. And, you know, some people go to restaurants and feel expensive, a couple pounds of crab legs. It is what it is. I'm not complaining about that. You gotta be honest. Eating crab legs and certain stuff like that. That's pretty much my issue.
4 in a row! Amazing! Get ready
Like
for
if
more,
you sit up
Commander.
here and have blood pressure 200 over 140, yeah, that's the only news. Because crab legs, you know, they're not desalinating the stuff like salt. You can boil the water, you can do all the type of stuff you want to do. That is not, it's not really doing anything. Desalinization. There we go.
10 minutes left. Stay the course.
Well, what makes it bad too is also the butter. Like I know the restaurant and certain stuff like that. You know, $40 for crab legs, unlimited crab legs. Like you can't do that. Like they had the special every Sunday, and a whole lot of people go in there bombard and stuff. And then they couldn't accommodate with all the people coming in there, and then the service would be backed up and slow. And I know a whole lot of people think that, you know, all this seafood, oh, we need to get the stuff from America. These people are not getting this seafood and stuff from America. They're getting this stuff from Poland and certain stuff like that in Russia. They're not getting this stuff from America. I even question, well, maybe Red Lobster you would get their stuff from Maine, but we don't 110% know. We don't know. We can't be 110% positive.
There it is. Get that encampment!
It happened. Oh, Afterlife can contain me. Wish I could.
You know, I was still
Empty
laughing about
clips.
the we called in that
Can't.
game. We call it the AOL anyone that
Wish I could.
one chicken little one that started. That's when it was hot out. What is happening on that?
Wells and
Yeah,
church
the
doors,
AOL.
etc.
And he went on AOL about it.
Look out! What? Are you serious? Nope.
Search destroyed. Found the next one. Check out your map.
Oh, come on! Sorry. Uh-uh.
I'm gonna let this thing run out. I'm probably gonna end the stream because I do not really
5 minutes left.
play this game any longer.
Dormant encampments may become active later.
Last warning!
Oh, people talking about what you call it. This stupid stuff.
Wish I could. Ammo.
I remember want to talk about an endurance base, like that's like what, 3 hours? Like who's gonna be on the game for 3 hours? Not me. I see that, but same with stone shit because all you get is troll stash and they're good, but like
2 minutes before I have to pull you out.
Hey, this became a new world. Just basically Fortnite battle royale. Like you travel to another dimension. This is I will tell you exactly what this would be. Wait, I ain't talking so much.
Here it comes. 30 seconds left.
Since we have anything like any stories, I try to find something to watch.
Can't. Nope.
5 encampments. Show that storm what's up.
You serious? Sorry.
I know I had a second ice combat and then quit. Oh my god. Alright, y'all. Peace.